Hello and a very warm welcome to the Phoenix Hill Sports Park Football Stadium for this match day 3 meeting in the AFC Champions League Elite in the Eastern Group. It is Chengdu Rongcheng taking on Johor Darul as we look at the standings so far. In the first 2 games, the host today, Chengdu, picking up 1 victory and 1 defeat. That win coming last time out, whereas JDT from Malaysia have yet to taste victory. A loss and a draw for them so far. So JDT will be desperate to pick up their first victory. Chengdu looking to make it 2 wins in a row as we get into the real meat and bones of this AFC Champions League Elite group stage. And players gathering in the tunnel at the Phoenix Hill Sports Park Football Stadium, which is a wonderful big arena, 50,000 capacity. Only opened 4 years ago, and there's a good crowd in there today waiting to greet these players. Chengdu players there in their red shirts. As I say, they did get a victory last time out in match day 2. That was a 1-0 triumph over the South Korean team, Gangwon. It was a goal from their captain on that occasion, Tim Chow, who will be leading the troops again today. Plenty of support, as I say, for Chengdu, as they look to make it 2 wins out of 2, and they're facing a JDT team from Malaysia who are hungry for their first victory. The Malaysian champions making their 11th appearance in this competition. They reached the last 16 last time out. Chengdu in their debut in the AFC Champions League Elite. They got to this group stage by triumphing in the playoffs, so they didn't have it easy after finishing 3rd in the Chinese Super League last season. That earned them that spot in the playoffs. They took advantage of that, and now here they are in this wonderful Phoenix Hill Stadium. So the sense of anticipation building. There are a few fans who've made their way over from Malaysia to support the visiting team, who are very much new look this season. They have a new coach for starters, Cisco Munoz, the experienced Spanish coach. Talk more about him later on, but he's brought with him a lot of players from Spain as well, and there are 6 Spaniards in the starting lineup for JDT today. As well as an Argentine, and 4 of those were summer arrivals. So a great atmosphere in Chengdu. And it won't be long now before the players can head out onto the field and really soak up this atmosphere. The hunt is on, reads one of the banners hung by those fans. Stand your ground, there's another. So lots of motivational messages. Really is a wonderful arena, isn't it? As I say, only 4 years old and hosting the AFC Champions League Elite for the first time this season. The players led out by the Qatari officiating crew, headed by Abdul Rahman Al Jassim. He's our referee for today's game. It is Chengdu Rongcheng taking on Johor Darul. 3rd place in the Chinese Super League last season against the Malaysian champions. Promises to be a really fascinating game between 2 teams who you feel will be going for the victory today. Certainly the hosts will, and JDT, they want their first win as well. So we're ready for action. JDT, as I mentioned, haven't won yet in the AFC Champions League Elite, but they should be confident. They've been flying in the Malaysian domestic competition. 7 wins out of 7 with 33 goals scored, only 3 conceded. So a plus 30 goal difference up to 7 games. So they've got plenty of goals in this team. And the coach, Cisco Munoz, starting to look towards a settled lineup as well. Quite different from Chengdu. The coach from South Korea, Se Jung-won, has made wholesale changes. 8 of them in total from the team that started in their last game. Only 3 survivors. That's Hul Hetao at right back, Tim Chow, the captain in midfield, and Chengdu Rongcheng. So we're not, if we're honest, totally sure how they will line up with so many players drafted in, and 4 of them making their first starts in this season's competition. And 2 players, Han Peng Fei and Xu Hong, haven't appeared before at all, even off the bench, in the previous 3 games for Chengdu. He certainly has. Tim Chow, the experienced captain. He was the goal scorer in the victory last time out, the first half of the meeting with Gangwon. Visiting captain today, Fik Fazail, is one of only 2 Malaysians in the starting lineup for JDT. As we see the pre-game meeting of the captains with the referee, Abdul Rahman Al-Jassim. All smiles for now, but serious action getting underway very shortly in a wonderful atmosphere as well. Look at the stadium, as I say, it's 50,000 capacity, so it's not full, but looks like at least 35,000, around that figure in there. As we see the JDT lineup, which has just 2 changes from their last game. 0-0 home draw with Machida Delvia. 1 in goal, 1 in attack. Andoni Zubiaura comes back in, as does the Brazilian striker, Jairo. A bunch of Spaniards on the bench as well, including Samu Castillejo, who's had a lot of experience in La Liga over recent years, including for Valencia and Malaga, and there's certainly a lot of talent in this JDT squad. They've shown that already in their domestic competition with 7 straight wins, handsomely as well. Their last game they won 7-0. They just need to put things together now on the continental stage. They look for their first win in the AFC Champions League Elite. So we are underway. It is JDT who get the ball rolling, and on that subject, keep an eye on the pitch today. There's been a lot of rain in the area. Not raining at the moment, but the pitch is pretty muddy. Might not be too smooth moving along the grass at times. You can see a lot of patches, and so that could present some difficulties in terms of control, and nearly an early opportunity there for JDT, as in the end it was Dong had to take decisive action to prevent Jairo, the Brazilian, from running through. So early possession for Johor. Jairo couldn't beat that at the near post, as it was cleared away by Han. Oscar Arribas winding up the long throw, goes short in the end, and now he'll look to get a cross in, does well. But in the end, it's too close to the goalkeeper. Easy gather for Liu. Arribas playing on the right wing-back position today. He's one of the longer-serving Spaniards in the JDT lineup. Arrived in 2023. And it looks like he accidentally caught his opponent as he made the cross. So an early injury concern for the home team coach there, Xiao Jungwon. Hopefully nothing too serious. Bit of the magic spray should do its job. And it looks like Hu Heitao is going to be okay to continue. First two games for Chengdu, they lost the opener at Ulsan 2-1. Back in mid-September, they were gutted to do so. They had a 1-1 draw in their pockets, they thought, until the 95th minute. Ulsan bagged a winner. And then they did get on to winning ways by overcoming Gangwon last time out, 1-0 win. There is Cisco Munoz, the 45-year-old coach of JDT. His team also started off with a loss, 2-1 at Buriram United. It was the same team that knocked them out of the last 16 last season. And then in match day 2, a goalless draw against Machida Zelvia of Japan. JDT with 6 Spanish players in the starting lineup, and one absolutely to keep an eye on is the attacking midfielder Aguirre Keche, one of their summer arrivals from Spain. He's had a lot of experience in the Spanish second division, and let me tell you, he can be a hugely entertaining player to watch because he strikes the ball as hard as anyone you will ever see, and he's not afraid to shoot from anywhere. So Akeche, a real menace, but here's a good run now into the area to shoot, and it is the opener. JDT silence the home crowd. It all just opened up, and Cisco Munoz can celebrate an early opener. It was Oscar Arribas running through. And gaps just appeared in the Chengdu defence. You see the right wing back here flicking it on, then continues his run. It was actually a defender's touch that took the ball away from Jairo. And then an excellent finish. You see there, he flicks it on, does Arribas. And it was Hu getting the last touch as an inadvertent assist. Great finish from Arribas. Wonder if the defender coming across could have done a little bit more. I think that was Dong Yanfeng who couldn't stretch out and make a block. And there was no chance for the goalkeeper. Liu well beaten as Arribas strikes. JDT strike, they lead here. And the big home crowd now will have to play their part in trying to lift Chengdu Rongcheng from the shock of falling behind inside 5 minutes. And you have to say that Chengdu just haven't settled yet. They've not had any possession. First attack we saw from JDT. Then there was that brief injury delay for Hu. Oh, and now a missed kick from the goalkeeper, Liu. I talked about the pitch, and that really unsettled him. Because now it's picked up by Akeche. I said he'll shoot from anywhere, maybe not there on the left wing with his back to goal, but keep an eye out for him when he gets anywhere central. He's got a phenomenal strike, very hit and miss. He doesn't score a lot of goals, but the ones he does are spectacular. As JDT settle into possession again, Antonio Glauder sending it long. Turned in field to Jairo. And the captain now, Afik. Very commanding start from the visiting team. They have all the possession, they have the lead. Jonathan Silva plays it forward, and that'll be a corner. And so troubles early on for Chengdu. Here's Akeche, who's making the run into the area. He'll loiter around the edge of the box now. Look at this interesting tactic from JDT. Initially they had nobody in the penalty area. Now very slowly a few of them gather. Don't be surprised if this is, maybe not this corner, but at some point if they do pull a corner back for Akeche to have a strike, he'll loiter around the edge. If there's a clearance out to him, he'll fire it straight back. And 6 in the middle is played to Akeche. Slight miscontrol from him, but he can get it back now. And Arif unable to advance. As there's some great footwork here from Liao. And he was just pulled back, so a free kick for Chengdu, which will hopefully settle them down a little bit. Fans certainly still playing their part. No lack of support there. Enthusiasm hasn't been dampened by that early goal for the visitors. Comes into Chow, immediately surrounded by 3. He's the key playmaker for Chengdu. It seems that JDT are aware of that, closing him down quickly. That was well defended by Antonio Glauder. One of the 6 Spaniards in the lineup. Arrived in June from Cadiz, in his native country. This is the first time he's been away from Spain. He hooks it forward. That's dangerously towards his own goal and given away by Wong. On they come, but it's a misplaced pass. And now they can break forward with Pedro Delgado feeding it down the left. Shoot trying to advance. It's the furthest they've got forward so far in the first 10 minutes. But Shoot, in the end, couldn't make anything more of it, as he was up against Raul Parra. You guessed it, another of the Spaniards in the starting lineup. He signed this summer from the Portuguese club, Estoril. He'll be operating on the right-hand side of defence today. So JDT can really play the game at their tempo now with the lead. They like, they can sit back and try to play on the break, or just continue to dominate the possession as they have done. One comes back inadvertently to the Argentine Silva. Here's Akeche inside for Jairo, clever dummy. And there's a free kick here. Akeche was caught as he released the ball inside, and it's going to be more than just a free kick by the look of it, is it? The yellow card is coming out for Dong Yanfeng. Making his first start in the AFC Champions League Elite. It was a clumsy challenge. Yeah, and it was the way his trailing leg caught Akeche and trod on his instep. So seeing that replay, you have to say, good decision, referee. So Akeche talked about his strike. He will take charge of any set pieces. As he's left-footed, it's against him having a shot here, so he'll look to rifle it in to the middle. Nacho Mendez among those in there. Don't be surprised if he goes for the near post, though. He's like that. Akeche with the free kick, which is a poor one. Talks him up and then he delivers that, but he is very inconsistent. As a free kick now, we'll go to the home team. Shoot was brought down, and yeah, the fans were calling for it, and they've got what they wanted, a yellow card for Jairo, who was trying to help out defensively, the striker. Found himself in a poor position. It's a second uncertain clearance from Liu, the goalkeeper. One we saw, he totally missed kick. That one charged down. As Jairo joins Dong in the referee's notebook. Calmly played by Wong, also starting for the first time this season. Now here's Hu. Can they just establish some possession here? Chengdu. It's played forward too heavy for the run of Liao, who's playing on the right-hand side of the attack today, mirroring the role of Xu on the left, with Gan Chao going through the middle. Not seen anything of him yet. Jairo has been putting himself about, is involved in the goal. He held the ball up. It was then the challenge on him that allowed the loose ball to be picked up by Arribas. He went on to finish very well. Xiao Zhongwan, the coach of Chengdu, been in charge since 2021. Got to be concerned at what he's seeing so far, because his team have been very much second best. Chao. Again, swiftly. JDT snap into the challenge and take away that brief piece of possession that Chengdu had. Jonathan Silva in the right wing-back role. Experienced player. He's actually played for the Argentine national team about a decade ago, a couple of appearances. Spent most of his career in Spain, chiefly with Leganés, the Madrid-based club. One years of age now, Silva, who is progressing down the left touchline with a series of throw-ins. Silva on this occasion gives away the throw-in. It's his block. Sends it out, but really remarkable how nearly all the game has been played in the home team's half so far. They've not really even got close to mounting a dangerous attack. This might be tricky, though. stepped Edi Israfilov, the Azerbaijani. He made sure that wasn't going to go any further. Mendez unable to control, and here is Shoot. It's helped on, but Israfilov comfortably there. Back for Andoni Zubiaure. Rare touch for him. Got to keep concentrating when you're a goalkeeper in this situation where the action is taking place 50 yards away from you. You've still got to be ready, because at any moment you might be called upon. Called to the starting lineup today, Zubiaure left on the bench in match day 2. Forward from Han. Header won by Glauder, picked up by Chow, and now Wong. Riskily back to the goalkeeper, who's hasn't been certain so far, Liu. Delgado there has moved into the striker position. Normally regarded as a midfielder, but with all the changes that the manager has made today, So Jun-won, who weren't with us from the beginning. There's 8 changes to the starting lineup from the last match day for the home team. As this is sent forward, but play's going to come back for the foul on Israfilov. Experienced Azerbaijani Edi Israfilov, age of 33 now. In his second season with JDT. He was actually born in Spain. That does have Azerbaijani heritage, and that's who he represents internationally. There's another foul now, this time on Jairo, who was trying to turn. Han it was, making the foul. Another experienced player. They do have plenty of that. Lots of players in their early 30s, the JDT. You look team this season. Jairo, one of those. He's 33. Just arrived this summer from Paphos in Cyprus. Regular goal scorer for them over the years, and just starting to make his way now. Now here's Akeche, shooting from anywhere. I told you, it's from about, what, 40 yards? Closer to the halfway line than the edge of the penalty area, and that wasn't his finest. But he will not hesitate in shooting. I did say as well, he doesn't score a lot, and you saw there why. He's not reliable, not consistent. When he does make a good connection, he's unstoppable. If you want to check it out, just go onto the search engine and look for Ager Akeche goal videos, and you'll be impressed. Not by that last effort, though, as Pedro Delgado is the latest home team player to be penalised. The foul on Nacho Mendez. Another of the new arrivals. Another Spaniard as well, who spent 15 years with his boyhood club, Sporting Gijón. Does actually, though, have a Malaysian grandfather. So a logical move in that way for him to join the Malaysian champions this summer. Dong to Han. Really struggling to play their way through midfield at all. Chengdu. Gan Chao dropping back to link up that time. Here he is again. First time layoff from him to Dong. Turns away from Gyro. Gradually able to advance Chengdu. Ball to the left is a decent one, and it's picked up by Xu. His cross is blocked at the near post, but that's their best attack so far. It looks like the player's gone down. I think that's Mendez. Play continuing. It can be cleared by Parra. Just past the midway point of the opening half. An early goal from Oscar Arribas separating the teams. And Johor Darul will feel good value for their lead. That might be the first time, certainly the first time I can recall, that Andoni Zubiaurre, the visiting goalkeeper here, has had to touch the ball with his hands. A bit better, though, from Chengdu in the last couple of minutes. Gyro has to be careful here. He's on a yellow card already. And there, Dong trying to get him in a bit of trouble. Saying that's 3 times he's done it to me. There's not much in that, is there? Yeah, he's backing in and maybe extends his arm a little bit, but Abdul Rahman Al Jassim is telling him to be careful. Gyro will have to be on a yellow card already. Might be something for Cisco Munoz to think about there. He does have another Brazilian on the bench, Bergson, who started in the last game. Don't want to risk going down to 10 men. Now, did that stay in? No, not quite. Ku was unable to nod it into the stride of Xu. Ball already out. Arribas with the throw back to Israfilov. Gyro not holding back, and it drops to Chao. Loose touch from him, and Afik can take over. Arribas looking for Mendez, doesn't quite reach him. Now, Hu advancing from full-back. There's a strong challenge by Akeche. Feels there was no foul, that he got the ball, but the referee begs to differ. He did get the ball, didn't he? But he got the man as well. As the referee saw it, it was Gan Chao who was sent tumbling. So now really this is the first time that Chengdu have had the opportunity to put a set piece into the JDT penalty area. It'll be Gan who won the free kick, who will take it. Li, Dong and Han, the big defenders, are all forward. Liao as well, he might peel away towards the far post. That's where it goes, headed down, but harmlessly by Li Yang. But we'll put that down as Chengdu's first attempt on goal. Wide of the target and no problem for Zubiaurre. fact, the offside flag was up anyway, so we won't put it down as an attempt on goal. Zubiaure is in his second season with JDT. The Spanish goalkeeper came through the youth ranks of Real Sociedad. They've produced some great goalkeepers in recent years. Basque football always does. There's Arif looking to advance and winning the throw-in, lead with the challenge. One of the three-man back line for Chengdu, along with Dong and Han. Now Arif, all a bit tight. Oh, that's a foul though, as he gets caught in a sandwich. They want a yellow card. Arribas and Akeche imploring the referee. Not sure who he booked. I think two players fouled him. Yeah, it was Gan with the heaviest of the tackles. Who as well got a piece of him. And I think Hu is in a bit of trouble here. He's going to have to come off. He was injured very early, you may remember, in the first couple of minutes. It seems he's not fully recovered from that. And so his place is taken by the Israeli Gurfinkel. Who had started the previous games. Now Akeche with a free kick. I'd say it's a 75% chance he's going to shoot. Not many would. He's not many players. There are five in the middle. Antonio Glauder getting a word from the referee. At least Akeche, if he doesn't shoot, might try for one of those towards the far post, might go in, might get a touch. It won't be delicately clipped, he'll hit it. It's a poor ball. Met at the near post by Wong. Behind for the corner. And Akeche will take it again. In swinging left-footed delivery. There's a whistle from the referee before it can be taken. Is that Glauder? Yeah. And Gurfinkel, just come on, has been immediately sent sprawling. The referee booking both of them, I wonder. He had a word before the previous set piece to say, I'm not going to tolerate any of this, so he'd warned the players. Jonathan Silva certainly has been booked. There they are, just by the penalty spot, centre of the screen. Yeah, well, I think Gurfinkel has made more of that than was the case. I don't think he's been booked though. So now he's showing the ref, look, I'm not even touching him. He's got his hands all over me. It's played back by Akeche and fired over the top by Arif. And there, the pitch worked against him. Mentioned early on how it's a bobbly surface, it's muddy, uneven. And it came to him somewhere around shin height rather than nicely along the ground. Certainly something they'd worked on with Akeche cutting it back. It worked insofar as it created a shooting chance, but difficult one to take. Now here's nice control by Akeche, who tried to continue his run. It's broken up and cleared by Dong, not very well. So past the half-hour mark in this AFC Champions League Elite meeting in match day 3, the Eastern Group at the Phoenix Hill Sports Park Football Stadium. The hosts, Chengdu Rongcheng, are trailing and struggling. Dominant performance from the Malaysian champions Johor Darul Tazim so far. That's where the possession stats can be misleading, because it's not been quality possession for the home team. Arif for Afiq. Now Arribas, the goal scorer. Arif thinking about a shot. Afiq again, Mendev. Glauder back to the captain, Afiq Fazail. Forward from Para. Arribas able to win the throw, and he's looking to take it quickly. That's quick thinking from Arif, who wins another corner. He was just quicker mentally there than the home team defenders. As soon as the ball went out for a throw, he was off. Arribas saw him. The defenders reacted a split second late, and Arif, with that burst into the box, was able to win the corner that Akeche will take. What does the signal mean? His teammates will know. Might mean, I'm going to shoot, don't worry. Towards the near post, it's flicked on and across the face of goal. And White was there? No. Finishing touch applied. Gyro with the flick. Good delivery this time. Oh, and maybe because Para went down. If he'd been able to run onto this at the far post, he could have had a tap in. But you see him there, just outside the 6-yard box, immediately turning to the referee to say, I was held back. And that's why he went down, but the referee not interested, neither the VAR assistant. So, play going on with Chow. Back to Han, and now Lee. Gan Chow. Dong. Wong. Dispossessed. Akeche doing good defensive work. There's Wong Dongsheng making his first start this season. He's not been able to get forward at all. Gyro trying to hold it up for Arif. Gyro picks up the loose ball. Akeche wants it inside. Here he is. Held up for Glauder. Now Israfilov. Para. 3 at the back, all getting touches. Silver inside. That's not a very friendly ball for Mendev. No handball, that was the appeal, but play can go on. And Akeche sweeps it out to Arribas. Driving inside, Oscar Arribas looking for Gyro. He'll turn, he'll shoot. Saved by Liu. And another attempt, just flashing wide from Arif. Hit that well. He's impressed as Arif Ayman, as the home team coach and players and fans all claim that there was a handball in the build-up. Referee not interested. And it ended firstly with the shot from Gyro on the turn, forcing a decent stop from Liu. And then on the follow-up, Arif not that far away. Underlining again that Johor are by far the most dangerous team here. Silva. Cross comes Akeche to make the challenge. Now looking to advance down the left. Lee wanted a bit more movement ahead of him. But they do retain possession with Wong. Han. He'll switch it out to the left, looking for Gerfinkel, the substitute. And he'll have the throw-in now after the touch from Arribas. There's a problem for Gyro here. Must have been caught off the ball. Somewhere around the rib cage. Certainly been a good presence for his coach, Xisco Muñoz. He won La Liga as a player and the UEFA Cup with Valencia back in 2003. Then had a decent spell with Real Betis. Good playing career for Xisco. Oh, that's where Gyro got caught. Doesn't seem to be much in that. Hopefully nothing serious. Now here's the throw-in for Gerfinkel, who has it back now. Support from Shu if he needs it. His cross is blocked. And Arif runs away with it. Excellent. He's really caught the eye, Arif, and he did well there. Now it's sent long towards Arribas, who, if he got a touch down, could have maybe run onto it himself. Gyro waiting to come back on. The referee signals him to re-enter. It's Wong now. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to play in the first half. Chengdu have yet to create anything resembling a chance. Only a header, a feeble header off target that was offside. But now they're threatening a bit more. Gan works it to Dong. That's too deep and hooked away by Arribas. Picked up by Lee. Now he's got to be careful. He's got to be careful. And he's just about won himself a free kick. He had to there. He was surrounded by opponents who were trying to get the ball in a very dangerous position. Gerfinkel inside. To Gan. Gan again. And he's the latest to be fouled. Gyro, as mentioned earlier, has to be very careful. He's on a yellow card. Wouldn't be surprised if he's replaced, even at half-time, by Xisco, not as a reflection of his performance, just as that, a precaution against a potential red. Now, this looks like it's onside, but Zubiare comes out quickly and releases well. He wasn't outside the area. Finds Arribas, and they look to get forward. Akeche, all left foot. Arribas, back to Akeche. Chengdu will have done their scouting on Akeche and know that he loves to shoot from anywhere, so not to give him space to turn onto his left foot, even 40 yards out. Here he is, and he can't control. That's exactly where he likes to receive it, to then drive inside, but it's instead Gerfinkel who can break for the home team. Shoot. Runs into Parra. And Raul Parra completes a rather rudimentary clearance. Delgado. Shu. Trying to help it onto Gerfinkel, but allowed to run. For Akeche to clear. And he'll pick it up now. Nice layoff for Gyro. Arif is on. Oh, if he'd looked the other way, Arif was making a run down the right. It gets there eventually, and there's still an opportunity. Arribas. Arif, 5 forward. Arif, very good dribbler. Gets to the byline. Can he cut it back now? It's not a bad cross, and has to be headed behind by Wong. Another good attack for Johor. And once again, Arif Aiman, prominent. One of the two Malaysians in the starting lineup for the visitors, and he's outshone all the Spaniards so far. Akeche over to take his latest set piece. Towards the penalty spot, it's allowed to travel to the far post and fired a long way over this time by Arif. Nobody could get a meaningful touch on it. But Arif just got under that one. Good Finkel. Dong. Han. Chow. Lee. Not really going anywhere, are they? Chengdu. If anything, they'll be able to consider themselves fortunate to only be one down. But they might get better than that, because here's Chow looking now for shoot, and that took a deflection, did it, on the way behind. So it'll be a first corner of the game after a first real attempt on goal, taken on well by Delgado, and then the attempt from Xu Hong was partially blocked by Israfilov. So a corner to be taken by Gan. Can they find a leveler just before half-time? Flicked away by Jairo, who goes on the break now. Arif, they didn't foul him. They should have fouled him, because Arif is away. He's got plenty of support. Jairo's left it for Akeche, straight at the keeper. He'll try again. No, he won't, because he's challenged by Chow. What a chance for Agar Akeche, and he just hit it straight at the keeper. And a great break again from Arif, who for me has been the best performer of this first half, running with the ball for 50 or 60 yards. I said that they should have fouled him. Maybe that's a bit cynical, but that is what teams do generally, stop a counter-attack. I think it was Gerd Finkel who didn't, and that led Arif into the other half. Anyway, now a crossing chance. It's in from Hong, and attacked by Xu, who couldn't quite get there. Excitement at both ends, but the referee has seen a foul on Israfilov. I think he's going to show a yellow card as well to the culprit. We head into 4 minutes of added time. Was it Delgado who fouls him? Oh, he does have a little petulant swipe there. Pedro Delgado. And he becomes the latest player to be booked, joining his teammate Dong and JDT's Jairo. Well, not many fans have made the journey over from Malaysia, but they'll be delighted with what they've seen. They could have been even more so, because this was a great chance, great dummy by Jairo, and Akeche really should score. Will certainly make it harder for the goalkeeper, just hits it straight at him. This is why, as I mentioned earlier, he doesn't score many goals. He just goes for power. Could have rolled it into the near post, gone across the keeper into the far, but he just hit it, hoping that power would beat him, but it was straight at the goalkeeper's chest. He probably couldn't have got out of the way if he'd wanted to. So a reprieve for the home team. Might have another minute added to the initial 4 after that injury to Israfilov. Here's Akeche again. Goes with his right foot this time. He doesn't generally use that for much other than standing on. And he didn't connect cleanly there. We saw the statistic there. 8 shots for JDT, none yet for Chengdu. He might try to change that here. No, because he showed too much of it to Mendes, who can break away. And Arif, no flag. Arif on the run, such a good dribbler. Excellent challenge by Gan coming back to help out his defence. His shoe turning, fouled. So the last minute of added time at the end of the first half. Chengdu Rongcheng trying to find an equaliser. Been largely outplayed, but they have a chance to attack here. Wong now with the step overs to the byline, but he's taken it too far, has he? Yes, and look at the celebrations of Jonathan Silva. Love it when defenders celebrate like that. Preventing the last meaningful attack, probably, of the half. Which will arrive with this man, Andoni Subiaure, not having to make a save. You can't ask for more than that if you're the visiting team, to be leading with a dominant performance like that at the break, but really they could have been up by more. There is the half-time whistle, and so an excellent first half for the visitors. Johor Darul Tazim with the lead thanks to that man Oscar Arribas inside the opening 5 minutes. A good run from the halfway line and a precise finish, and they've continued to dominate. Could have had more goals. Chengdu have been largely outplayed so far. We've barely had a meaningful attack. They've got a lot of work to do after the break at the Phoenix Hill Sports Park Football Stadium, where it is Chengdu Rongcheng 0, Johor Darul Tazim 1. Welcome back to the Phoenix Hill Sports Park Football Stadium. We're awaiting the second half in this AFC Champions League Elite Eastern Group showdown between Chengdu Rongcheng and Johor Darul Tazim. Visitors leading at the break, and deservedly so. An early strike from Oscar Arribas. the players are back out. Substitutions are being made by both coaches. A double change for the home team. And as we see there, the first of those, Timo Leclerc, the Dutch, either defender or midfielder, he is versatile. And up front, Felipe, he will be entering the action as well. The Brazilian forward, and there is the JDT sub, Shane Lowry, the Australian defender, and he's coming on to replace Eddie Israfilov. Now that might be an injury problem. We saw Israfilov get caught on the rib cage, it seemed, towards the end of the first half. He got some treatment and he's not come back out for the second half. So one change there for the visitors with the introduction of Lowry. And for the home team, it is Felipe into the forward line. And Timo Leclerc, we'll see, either midfield or defence. He can play in either. So ready for action, and fair to say that Chengdu need a big response here. They were outplayed in the first half. They didn't have a shot. There were 9 attempts for JDT, who really should have been up by more than that solitary strike from Arribas. Leclerc has gone into the defence. Timo there trying to win the initial header, but immediately whistled for the free kick. Not the start that he wanted. The Dutchman, who started 2 games previously in this competition, 2 of the 3. As we see Shu and Dong, the players replaced. Shu in attack and Dong in defence. Lowry on for Israfilov as a straight swap at the back. Now, Akeche, will he shoot again? He did last time from this position, a more conventional free kick this time. There's a foul committed by Lowry, so both subs in the first minute called for a free kick. Lowry, very experienced player, most of his career in England. Started out with Aston Villa, had a time with Millwall, Leyton Orient, among others. And he moved away, first to Perth Glory and Al Ahly. Now, 4 years with Johor. 36 years of age now, and he might have some work to do here as forward comes Delgado. Chengdu looking to make a strong start to the second half, and they do so, winning a corner. Raul Parra making the block. And so early encouragement there for Seo Jungwon. The corner now. Will be played in towards the far post. Should be the goalkeepers and easily taken by Zubiaure. That is the most extensive work he's had to do so far. Now, Gurfinkel turns away, but a risky pass. Could have given a real opportunity to JDT, who instead have to pick the ball up on the halfway line. Now Mendes. Silva back to substitute. Lowry. Silva. Looking for Akeche. He's crowded out, but a touch in there from Jairo. All a bit scrappy before it's turned forward by Gan. Down the line, decent ball. The cross comes Glauder to dispossess Liao. Brighter second half start to it so far anyway. 3 minutes in from Chengdu. As here is Timo into the other substitute, Felipe. but it's cleared, and a good layoff from Jairo, and then a foul by Chow. The Chengdu coach, Xiao Jun-wan, made 8 changes to the starting lineup from his team's last game. And certainly, fair to say, it did not work, leaving experienced players like Timo and Felipe on the bench. Now they're into the action, see if they can make a difference. Arif can't quite control. Bit of a sloppy clearance from Gerdfinkel. A real battle for the ball. Jairo shows strength and skill. Eventually he's forced off the ball. Careful, don't complain, you're on a yellow card. Got to be, use his experience here. Jairo, 33. This referee has shown that he does like to clamp down. Not the most lenient, Abdul Rahman Al Jassim. Players have to read that. Felipe, who's come on for Chengdu. There he is. He scored twice in the decisive playoff victory over Bangkok United. Chengdu not qualifying outright for this group stage. They had to go through the playoffs first. One-off game against Bangkok, beat them 3-0. This man got 2 of those. Here he is again, Felipe. The shot is blocked by Lowry, goes high in the air. Showing his strength, now Delgado. Overlapping run from Gerdfinkel. Cross isn't bad, but met by Lowry. Much better, though, already from Chengdu. Now Chow with the cross, should be the keepers. Well taken by Zubiaure. But right there, in about 15 seconds, that little passage of play, we had more threat from Chengdu than we did in the entire first half. Not sure if you can say that's all down to the presence of Felipe, but it certainly helps. Have that kind of focal point to the attack. They didn't really have that in the first half when it was Delgado, who's a midfielder really, or a winger at best. He's out on the left wing now, is Delgado. Jairo's layoff doesn't find his man. Instead it is Delgado weaving his way out of danger to find Timo. Wong for Timo. Ga. Now Han put under pressure. To find his goalkeeper. Good flick on by Felipe. That's the kind of thing they just didn't have in the first half. And now Liao is trying to make life difficult for Silva. Back to Zubiaure. Again, Felipe coming to win the ball well and carries it forward now. Showing his strength. Lays it off. And it's Hong with a chance to cross. JDT know they're going to have to do a lot more defending than they did in the first half. With the delivery, Delgado can't quite control. He'll retrieve it. He's got support from Gerdfinkel. Here he is, lining up the cross. It's not a bad one, just too far. And hooked away by Silva. Timo wins it. Now long for the run of Jairo. Well, going to ground, but not under a challenge. He was being intimidated by the presence of Timo there. Chan to Lee, and now Chow. Well, we saw the first half played almost exclusively in the Chengdu half of the field. It's totally changed now. Possession is a lot more threatening. It's a poor pass though from Timo, cut out by Arribas. You can find Arif, he's put under heavy pressure from Lee but escapes it. And Arribas, kind of run that he showed for the goal, he's hauled back here. That is a yellow card all day long. Yellow and a half for the captain, Tim Chow there, who goes over to apologise. There's no complaint about it. An acceptance and an apology from Chow. Good strong run from Oscar Arribas. And he is the third player booked for the home team, who will have to be wary of the counter-attacking threat posed by Johor. Arribas can run with the ball powerfully. Arif can run with it skillfully. Gyro as well. A threat on the break. And they should have had a goal on the counter just before half-time, but Agarakeche, after a great run by Arif, could only hit it straight at the goalkeeper from 15 yards. He'll take this free kick now to Arribas. Gyro's misplaced layoff. Akeche trying to win it back with help of Gyro. The clearance doesn't go very far. Mendez and Afik can tidy up. Here's Afik once more, the skipper. And Akeche down the line for Arif. And he's won the corner, so JDT having their best spell of the half so far with this little phase of attacking pressure. Arif Ayman again, a big part of it. Malaysian international winger, been with the JDT for 7 years. Corner comes in, not dealt with convincingly. And it is scrambled away. Now here's Arif picking it up again, just to show that dribbling ability once more. This time though he can't, and he makes the foul. There he is, Arif, bringing down on this occasion Han. Four-time MVP. Here's Arif in the Malaysian National Football Awards. And in the Malaysian Super League Team of the Season for 4 straight years as well. Now the ball in towards Felipe, flicks it on dangerously. Keeper comes, and he's shown a good authority, Zubiaure, whenever he's been called upon, which has been pretty much exclusively in this second half. But Felipe, very much a proven goal scorer as well. He's with his 6th season now in the Chengdu. As the flag goes up against Gyro. Throughout his time with the Chinese team, he's maintained an average of around a goal every other game. He's on a bit of a drought at the moment. Hasn't scored in his last 6 appearances in all competitions, including 2 in the AFC Champions League Elite. Love to change that today to get his team back in it. Zubiaure goes long. Gyro can't win it against Han. But this time he does, and he's pulled back. And that's going to be another yellow card. Han Pengfei did well with the initial header. But then it came back and Jairo turned away from him, got goal side. Arms around him and pulls him back. So another on a caution for the hosts. Now this is certainly in shooting range for Agarakeche. Pretty much anywhere on the pitches, certainly in the opposition half. Doesn't always come off. When it does, he's unstoppable. Akeche with a couple only in the wall. I don't think his teammates will be even vaguely expecting a clipped cross here. Agarakeche deflected and it spills over the top. The wall doing its job. Where was this heading? Looked like it was on target before it came off the head of Delgado. And so, a corner, an hour played at the Phoenix Hills Sports Park Football Stadium, where the visitors are looking to double their lead. A change in approach here with Akeche taken off the corner-taking duties. It's played in and attacked by, is that Lowry trying to get on the end of it? Dangerous delivery right into the heart of the area. I think the referee spotted an infringement. It's a great atmosphere inside Phoenix Hill Stadium. These home fans thoroughly enjoying their team's debut campaign in the AFC Champions League Elite. They've only been in the Chinese top flight for 3 years. Really progressing well as a club, but now they're under pressure. The layoff is for Silva. Cut back, opportunity, second goal. And now they really have got control of this one. It was beautifully worked and cut back by Jonathan Silva. And then the finishing touch applied by Nacho Mendez. Nice touch on here, and Silva's cut back into the stride of Mendez. And a precise finish, absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper. Not easy as it dropped out of the sky. He had to keep his eye on it and be aware of a challenge coming as well. But Akeche and Silva set it up for him, and there is the finishing touch, volleyed in by Nacho Mendez. More celebrations on the dugout for Cisco Munoz. Another of the new arrivals this summer for JDT. Making his third appearance in the AFC Champions League. He's now got his first goal. And we see another change for the home team with Yang Mingyang replacing Liao. That is their fourth substitution. They do have another available, another substitution window, because they used two. Two players came on at the half-time break. Well, they've been better from Chengdu early in the second half. They showed more goal threat, but now they've got a huge task ahead of them. Looks like it's JDT heading towards their first win of the season and looking for more now with Arif on the run. So dangerous with the ball at his feet. Going for goal and a real miss hit. But sometimes it looks like no one can tackle him. He just jinks away, keeps the ball close to him. He's got great change of direction, great balance. Lacking the finish there, but everything else was good. Now Timo for the substitute, Yang. He was a starter in the 3 previous games. The midfielder. Actually scored the other goal in that playoff win against Bangkok, along with Felipe's brace. You just need a lifeline in this game somehow. Here's Gan. Finds Yang, a substitute looking to drive forward from midfield. Finds Gurfinkel. Well, that's not going to help. But the flag still flying. Fans still showing great enthusiasm and support for Sejong Won's team. He's been there for the last 4 years during their rise up into the top flight, and then the club best 3rd place finish last season. This is all very new for this club. Only their 1st season in the AFC Champions League Elite. And so it's natural that they have to go step by step. They've taken a lot of steps very quickly since first getting promoted into the top flight in 2022. They can put down nights like this as a learning experience. It's not to say they're going to give up on the game yet. We're still only not quite halfway through the 2nd half. Jairo nods down to Akechi, and that's a foul. No, it's not. I thought it was given. I thought I heard a whistle, but well, they won it back from the throw-in anyway. And this time, Akechi does get the decision, getting rather frustrated, but Wong penalised on this occasion. Good layoff from Jairo. Knocked it forward from Mendez, the goal scorer. Looking for Arif. Timo comes across. Finds Gurfinkel. Just about able to win the goal kick with the attentions of Arribas. Now Gan. We are still, of course, very much in the early stages of the AFC Champions League Elite group stage. This is match day 3 of 8. So starting to get really into the heart of it, but it's going to be very tight. Through the first 2 games, only one team came away with 6 points, Vissel Kobe. Is Arif on the run again? Just came off him. So it'll be Chengdu ball. If it stays this way, JDT will jump above the hosts in the standings, move up to 4 points, leaving Chengdu on 3. Should be enough, depending on the other results, to get them into the top half, certainly the top 8, which is the all-important in terms of advancing to the next stage. You want to finish a long way off thinking about this, but you want to finish as high as you can to get the best possible draw. Johor actually finished last season in their group in 3rd place. There's another attack, breaks down, but it comes back to Gerfinkel now. His cross brought down by Felipe, trying to turn. Good challenge from Lowry. Cleared away by Para. I say JDT last season in the Eastern region, the group stage, finished 3rd. So they were able to advance to the knockout stage, where they were disappointed to lose 1-0 aggregate against Buriram United. Thai team will want to go further this time around. See out this one first, though. Here's Timo thinking about the shot, hits it with a lot of power but with no control. Flies well off target. And Timo has shown his comfort in bringing the ball out from the back since he came on at half-time. Really happy to advance. He's played a lot in midfield over his career. And here is the latest change. Arribas will make way. Nacho Insa is going to come on, and he's going to take the captain's armband as well from Afiq Fazail, who goes to the bench. Which looks like Arribas is staying on, just the one change. Insa, highly experienced, 39 years of age, made a couple of substitute appearances in the first 2 games. He was born in Spain, but he's naturalised Malaysian now, an international for that country. He's been with JDT 8 years, so very much an icon for the club. He'll look to shore things up in midfield. As this is sent long to Arif, should be Timo's. Chow. Lee can bring it down, and given space, Johor starting to drop off a little now. Defend a little deeper with their 2-goal lead to look after. Yang inside for Gan. Chow for Wong. Cross is clipped in. Felipe was just behind him, so he couldn't send it goalwards. And here's one for Jairo to chase, and chase he will. He's got Arif with him. It's a rather overconfident flick, but he's got away with it. Does give it away this time. The chance to send Arif on a run. Jairo went for the fancy drag-back flick instead. Certainly didn't come off. It's Felipe. Holds off one challenge. Fouled by the second. Akeche bringing him down, and he's drawn blood somehow. Bit of an elbow injury, cut. And the referee might have to ask him to go off and get that seen to, if blood is coming out of the cut. For now, we'll go on, and Felipe will go into the middle. He'll be the main target. Maybe with the second ball as Gan prepares to take it. Delivered deep and easily dealt with by Mendes. Jiang. Held off by Arribas, who's been excellent today. His goal, of course, but he's been very solid defensively in that right wing-back role. Got forward when he can. Insa up to Jairo. Still 3 substitutions available to the visiting coach, Xisco Munoz. As Timo sends it forward, and it's just about beyond Gerfinkel. Zubiaure comes out. Arribas. Nice pass on to Nacho Insa at 39. He's not going to go tearing down the right wing. He'll come back instead. And it's all about possession for JDT. 15 minutes remaining. And they've got the game totally under their control. And I was beginning to say a few minutes ago, it'd be interesting to see how far Xisco Munoz can take them this year. There's a lot of powerhouses in Asian football, of course, but they've invested heavily. They brought in some experienced and talented players, and a coach as well who has won things. He took Watford to promotion to the Premier League, and won the title with Dynamo Tbilisi in Georgia. An experienced coach who's certainly targeting domestic dominance again. They tend to get that, JDT, and the Malaysian Super League every year since 2014. Now here's Timo with the delivery. Should be keepers. Felipe hanging around just in case he dropped it. But that's the kind of hope they can cling to now. Chengdu. Nacho with the foul. Got there a little late. Sometimes with players you say, well, he doesn't look 39, does he? Meaning that they look youthful, but for Nacho Insa you'd say he doesn't look 39, does he? More like 49. Still very effective though. And here's Timo. Chengdu seeking a route back into the game. Can they find something here? Doesn't look likely at the moment, but you never know. The goal can come from anywhere. Here's Gan. Up for Wong. Timo, but they're not going anywhere. It's good defensive organisation for Johor, and they're forced all the way back to the goalkeeper. Chow inside for Gan. Felipe does well to turn out to the left-hand side for Gerfinkel. Needs a good cross. Instead plays it short inside to Felipe. Han. Felipe driving. And still into the area. Felipe, a lot to do. Wins the corner, which probably from that position was the best he could hope for. He was being forced wide, being tracked by 2 defenders. Wins the corner, which over goes Delgado to take. A goal here would totally change the complexion of the last 10 minutes. Bounces off Felipe and falls to Insa to whack away. That can be brought down by Jairo. Well, that looked like a handball against Lee, and it's what the referee has seen as well. Arribas making another run forward, forcing that error of control. They seem to misjudge the flight, Lee. It's a bit fortunate not to get a yellow card. They'll spend as long as they can doing this, just passing it comfortably around the back. Lauder. Arif couldn't lay it off. Parra standing his ground and lets it run to Lowry. Insa. Cut out by Timo. Chow for Timo, continuing his run. Support on the right. And a corner one. Decent run by Wong, who's been able to get forward more in the second half, not to much effect. As we see the final substitution being prepared for the home team, and it's Tang who will shortly appear, but not just yet. They're going to take the corner first. Delgado sending it deep, headed down by Timo, hooked away by Insa. Looks like the whistle was blown for a foul. And so that is time for the final change. And it will be Han who makes way. So that's the defender replaced, and a striker coming on, Tang Chuang. So they're going to go with the back four for the final 10 minutes. And attack more. Will it make any difference? Tang looks like he'll be trying to attack from the left-hand side. Making his second substitute appearance of the campaign. And now a break for Arribas again. You can find Arif, possibly offside. Play going on. Arif jinking into the area, prods it inside, looks to pick up the loose ball himself. And then Arribas battling to win it back. And Nacho really still fighting for every ball, JDT here. But it comes up to Felipe, great turn, but then too heavy on the touch. Was he pushed? Yes, he was. Caught by the scorer of the second goal, Nacho Mendez. Yeah, two hands on the back. I do think Felipe waited until he knew the ball was away from him before he went down. Now Chow, still Chengdu, seeking a goal to give themselves hope for the final few minutes. It's flicked into the run of Chow, captain, making the run forward. Glauder cuts it out and prevents a corner. Timo as well to keep it. Now finds the pass for Dong. And it travels to Felipe. Just gets caught under his feet. Where's it going to end up? And look at that, 39-year-old calmly dribbling the ball away from his own 6-yard box. Well done by Nacho Insa. Felipe just getting the ball caught under his feet. Delgado now, he's going to go for goal, and maybe he should. Very poor effort from Pedro Delgado. And as we see, a pair of changes now, the last two for the visitors. Darul will come on in place of Akeche, who's had moments without really exploding. And looks like Raul Parra seems to be in a bit of trouble there as he limps off. So it's Akeche and Parra taken off. Darul and Teto Martin will come on. Here's Arif trying to combine with Martin, the new introduction. Now long and hopeful. Out comes Zubiaure as it was chased down by Tang Chuan. Teto Martin coming on for his second appearance of the season. Zubiaure comfortably gathers this one. For Darul, it's his third. Experienced Malaysian international defender. Darul will just look to keep things tight defensively for the final few minutes as JDT look to close in on this win. It'll be their first of the AFC Champions League Elite campaign. Chengdu have not given up on it yet as Gan floats it in towards Felipe, met by Lowry. Away by Silva. Timo. They're starting to defend deeper and deeper. Johor since going 2-0 ahead. Here's Yang. Godfinkel with the cross. Zubiaure drops it. Well, I think he's got a little bit fortunate there to get a free kick. He stayed down. Maybe there was some contact from the Chengdu player in the middle. It's Felipe. But he dropped that ball. And whatever contact there was minimal. I think he's exaggerating. All helps play for time. Those fans don't care. The travelling JDT faithful. A rather rueful look from Felipe. As now Gyro goes down. That'll be Cramp. He's done a lot of running today. The medical crew coming on, looking to hurry him off the field. They'll be down to 10 if he can't finish. They've made their substitutions. Although actually no, one of the windows was at half-time, so they do have one more change available. If Gyro cannot continue, you imagine it would be Bergson, another Brazilian forward. And there it is, straight away. Bergson replacing Gyro, so now that is the final change. Five substitutions allowed in 3 windows of play. They made one at half-time as well. Chisco Munoz, which counts separate to the 3 in-play windows. Now Arribas hasn't stopped running all night. He's a contender for cramp. He keeps going and he's fouled by Tang, who promptly is shown a yellow card. And Akeche will be looking on from the bench for a JDT, thinking, why can't I be out there for this free kick? This is my range. This would be perfect for the left footer. Someone else will have to take it now, though, as he's been substituted. Heading into the last minute of normal time, there'll probably be 4 or 5 at a guess added on. And it's all looking very comfortable for Johor Darul Tazim. An early goal from the man who's currently receiving treatment, Oscar Arribas, and then another around the hour mark from Nacho Mendez. And that has them in a very commanding position. Arribas is back up on his feet. The goal here would really make sure. Remove any lingering hope for the home team. Jonathan Silva fancies it. The Argentine with his left foot. Wong is in the selfless, lying on the floor to block a low effort roll. Imagine this will be a shot on goal from Jonathan Silva. He might look to float it to the far post for maybe Bergson, the substitute. It's Silva. It took a deflection on the way through, which allowed Liu to make an easy save. So 5 minutes of added time, of which we've had 30 seconds already. If there is to be a miraculous comeback for Chengdu, it's going to have to start now. They need a goal on this attack. Godefinkel won't get on the end of this one, though, and Sharul can just poke it away. Delivery from Gan is cleared. Bergson holds it up, but I need a bit too long with it. And here is Tang winning it for Godefinkel. Gan. Timo. Need more urgency, the home team. Wong. Delgado. Wong again. Looking for Delgado. Byline. Can he find a teammate? He can't. It's sent behind. The deflection from Lowry, who's not happy with the defending of, I think, Silva. He felt didn't track his man. The corner then, last chance for Chengdu to give themselves hope, but there's a good gather by Zubiaure, and that will do it. Chengdu needing 2 goals in 3 minutes. If they got one there, well, you never know. But Zubiaure has not had to make a meaningful save all night. And he's looked pretty comfortable with everything he has done. Well, the official stats are showing Chengdu with a shot on target. So I don't remember that. Been plenty more for Johor. As now Tang tries to make something happen. I think that came off him, it did. He's asking for a corner, but he won't get it. This game, a really good example of how possession statistics in particular can be very deceptive. The numbers show 63% possession for Chengdu. You just look at that, having not watched the game, you think, well, they've been dominant, but it's been far from the case. Their possession might be the majority, but it's been largely harmless like this. Johor have been far more incisive. Felipe dropping deep, looking to shrug off the challenge of Teto Martin. Turns inside him. Can't find Delgado. Silva's there. Timo. Gan. Laid off, and Felipe into the area. Now he'll try and pick up the loose ball. And there's a foul by Gan. Teto Martin. Earning the set piece for his team. Into the final minute now, so it's the final ticks before that man, Xisco Munoz, can celebrate a first win in this group stage in the AFC Champions League Elite. It will take JDT to 4 points from 3 games. It will leave Chengdu Rongcheng with 3. The ball was moving, so we'll have to get that going again. And then the ref got in the way, or very untidy finish. Gan then fouled. Lots of incident in the final 20 seconds. They won't do anything to change the outcome, the referee having a look, and there is the final whistle. A commanding win for Johor Darul Tazim, their first of this group stage, and they deserved it. They dominated the first half, got an early goal through Oscar Arribas. A better start to the second half from the hosts, but Nacho Mendez struck after an hour, and from that point on, the visitors were able to hold on pretty comfortably. Felipe made a difference in the second half, but didn't get a clear chance. And Chengdu were well beaten on the night, so they suffer a home defeat. Johor Darul Tazim take an impressive victory with a clean sheet. They'll be delighted as the coaches shake hands. Full time at the Phoenix Hills Sports Park Football Stadium. It is Chengdu Rongcheng 0, Johor Darul Tazim 2.